near the finish line. Good run coming. Hurry, hurry. I mean the horses.
This bombshell beauty right here can ride like the wind. She got one more to go.
In new leader for the 17 for 3-3.
Hi everybody, welcome to Barrel Racer Life. My name is MaddiKempf-Stoltman and Claude. I'm doing my intro outside today because there's just too much going on around this place today. So this is my quiet place out here, although apparently I'm going to be interrupted. But this week we went to a few rodeos. We ran at Hermiston, Oregon, and then we ran at Omak, which is kind of a bucket list rodeo for me. It's right close to the border, so thank you. Thanks. So it's one that I had gone to with my best friend a few times. It's a really special rodeo to her too. So got to run at that one as well. And then we had a roping here on the weekend. So it's been crazy busy as always, but I'll show you guys all about it.
Around 2000.
From Hermiston at 2 in the morning. So the thing with these slacks that run after the rodeo, oh my gosh, they get to be late. So I ran at like 11:30 by the time I got my horse watered and dealt with and all that fun stuff. It was 2 a.m. when we got home, so it was a late one. I had to have an afternoon nap yesterday so I could stay up late enough. Claude did freaking awesome. That was our fastest rodeo run of the entire year so far. So he ran a 17.54. I'm over the moon, so happy. It is also the fastest rodeo I've been to in a long time. So right now a 17.2 is leading it, I think. And there was a lot of 17.2s. So it's just one of those things. I mean, we were so freaking close, but there's just too many ahead of us. So I'm over the moon happy because we have been slower than I've wanted to be the last few runs. And I've made some rookie mistakes on my part, but he did freaking great. We got a little bit by the first barrel, and that was enough to cost us. But he ran really hard, worked really hard for me. So that was great. I'm really, really happy with him. So we've got today, which is Thursday, off, and then we will head up to Omak tomorrow morning. Also, my friend Danica came along with me, and she rode Chuck, who's one of Cody's rope horses, up the alley beside me because the alleyway is really, really long, and I was worried that Claude might not be super excited about that, so I was able to talk her into coming with me and to ride Chuck and kind of be my buddy horse, and that was the best thing ever. Claude was super calm and walked in the gate like a champ, so thank you, Danica. And these two are in the background over here. Getting ready for Omak tomorrow. Buster, our Frenchie, tends to get a little overexcited on roping days, so on those days I just take him over to my mother-in-law's house and he gets to hang at Grandma's for the day. Of course, Dally comes for the ride.
Look at that mane. Look at how long. Yes, hi little buddy. Got all cleaned up. Yeah. Yeah, you look good, handsome. Yeah, what a big boy you are, Hot Sauce. Well, little stinker, back to it.
There's a pretty big smoke cloud. This is actually the county south of us that has this big fire happening, but the winds have changed direction and that fire is enormous from the sounds of it, and so we are getting some of the smoke. Thankfully, where we live here in Allensburg is surrounded by a lot of irrigated farmland, so our actual house and structure generally is okay. We don't need to be super concerned for our property, but obviously the smoke is not ideal. So prayers for those that are affected, especially my home province of BC. Those of you that are not from Canada need to go and look up the current conditions in BC, because it is absolutely insane what they're dealing with for forest fires right now. So this is a little life with Claude. Wow, yeah, life with Claude moment. I forgot to tell you guys about this. So at Hermiston, my friend Danica and I were there. We went to watch the performance, watch the rodeo performance, and we're walking back to the trailer to get ready for the slack, which is when I was gonna run. And as I'm on my way back, I get a call from Cody, who's kind of frantic, wondering where I am. I said, well, I'm walking to my trailer. He goes, well, you better hurry. Karen has your horses. So luckily, Cody's cousin Karen was parked a couple rigs down from me, because when I got back to the trailer, I realized that someone had dug a hole about 2 feet deep, and then had also set back and broke a tie ring off the trailer. So he was running around, and in his lead line was the tie ring, and Chuck had his halter was still tied up. So I'm pretty sure that Claude freed Chuck, and then for whatever reason freaked out after he dug his hole, and then set back and set himself free. So thankfully Karen was close by and knew who you were, Mr. Claude. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, so that was interesting. I was also asked about some of the rodeo slang terms, so I apologize if you guys were not really sure what I was talking about. But slack is basically the overflow of the rodeo. So what that means is if you go to watch a rodeo, the performance is the show. So say there's 100 barrel racers entered in a rodeo, you couldn't put 100 of them in the performance because it would go forever. So usually the performances will have 10 to 12 competitors in each event, and then the overflow will run in the slack, which is generally after the rodeo or early the next morning. And you all run for the same money. It's all, you know, you're all at the same rodeo, however, just running at different times. So that's part of what makes rodeo challenging and also a little bit frustrating, is that from a barrel racer standpoint, the ground can change. So there can be a lot more fast times ran in, say, a performance or in the slack, or vice versa. And then it might rain one night and then you run in the mud the next day, even though you're running for the same money as the people that got to run on dry ground. So there is some luck involved, but that is the difference between the performance and the slack, or the perf, as we may call it sometimes. Well, that's all I got for you this week. Claude and I will be running at Moses Lake this Friday. We will be in the slack Friday morning, bright and early. And then we've got a friend's wedding Saturday, and then Sunday I believe there's a barrel race close by, so I'm going to take Jada and River probably to that. And kind of try to work on my timing with Miss Jada so I can get things smoothed out a little bit with her. And maybe she'll get to go to some rodeos so you don't have to do them all. You were too funny. Anyways, you guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to my channel.